like to see I guess maybe bookend. I mean, you got to obviously a quality start to open the game, and then good fight from your hitters to close the game.
That's what I saw too.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you think of Michael's performance first off?
Well, I mean, that's his first start of the year, probably first start since junior college baseball. And, he threw the ball over the plate. I think he got his 5 innings, and it was a quality start. So I was happy for Mike. I was happy for what we saw out of him. And it didn't surprise me, but we were pleased and walk-in buddy, and he filled up the zone.
What did you guys do or talk about during the lightning delay?
I don't want to get too much into that, but I appreciate the question.
You guys moved Drew down the order. Nice to see him get a couple knocks, including the game winner.
We're just looking for the right balance in the lineup. We haven't found it. We're looking for the right players in the lineup right now, and we're working through some of that. And it's just a process, and a process we're going through right now.
Found ways to get guys on base in that last inning, and even if until Drew and Anson probably, guys weren't necessarily stinging the ball. Can you still build a sense of momentum when guys are getting on base and moving around and you put a couple runs together like that?
Well, that was one of our messages, was just, don't need a hero, just give us a good at-bat. And a lot of times you see the guys that are young and they haven't gone through the phase yet or the stage yet of what it takes to be successful. And so you get a lot of young guys that when it's a one-run game, they think, hey, I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to hit a home run instead of just giving a good at-bat. It may turn into a home run. It may be a walk, a hit by pitch. It may just be a put a ball in play type of a scenario if you don't get a pitch to hit. But the hero mentality, sometimes a young player carries that hero mentality up to the plate with them. And, where everybody wants to be a hero, to be a hero, there's a process about that. And it probably is the opposite of trying to be the hero. So.
And is that a message that you delivered at some point and that you felt like got through the guys?
Well, I think we took 2 timeouts in the 10th inning to talk about the exact same stuff, whether it was base runners or whether it was, and I think we took a mound visit too, and we talked about the same kind of stuff. And we're just trying to settle guys down to where they can, function and operate like we see them when they have their emotions under control. And so that's the whole objective there.
You guys started 1 for 10 runners in scoring position. Just what did Seattle do to kind of neutralize your bats?
Well, they throw 3 of their top 4 pitchers tonight against us, to try to beat us, and we caught some breaks, and at the end of the day, we ended up winning the ball game, which is great. I know their arguably their number one starter started tonight, or he's going to start tomorrow night. The Smith kid that they're pitching tomorrow night is a guy that is giving them a chance to win every single game. I think he's been in a 1-run game almost each and every one of his starts, and he's won 3 of those starts at least, and I think the team's won more than 3 of them. So he's their best guy. They're 2 bullpen guys, best bullpen guys through tonight, and another starter through tonight. So, they were definitely trying to beat the Ducks tonight.
Do you think the lightning delay did help kind of refocus the team or get your legs back under you?
No. I don't think inclement weather helps. It's just part of what happens, and both teams have to deal with it. It's equal, at least for both teams.
Was that tough for the lightning delay to happen in that 8th inning when Mercado basically just gets into the game, and then this is an hour delay, so he couldn't go back out there? Is that kind of tough for you as the manager, or is it nice to have guys like Mullen as an option in case those things happen?
You just, it's the same for both sides, and you just got to try to deal with it as best you can.
With that lineup, and you guys are trying to tinker with, just what kind of goes into the background of that? Like, where do you just what's like the ideas of putting Drew in 7-hole, moving Anson to 3? Just what kind of goes into that process?
Well, you're looking for balance throughout your lineup. You're looking for ways of if somebody tries to match up against you, that you can best overcome being matched up with certain pitchers out of bullpens and stuff like that. And so you put a lot of thought into that. Who's good versus right? Who's good versus left? You try to have a balanced approach, and then at the end of the day, you're just looking for, do you have 9 good hitters that you can have in your lineup? In its most basic term, that's as simple as it gets. If you got 9 real quality hitters, probably doesn't matter a whole lot where you hit them in some years. And then in other years it does, because, you've got to be able to balance it out with best chances of scoring runs when guys get going.
Obviously didn't come back to haunt or anything like that, but taking out Hurd there, and I think it was the 7th or the 8th, and then putting in Neville, just again didn't haunt you there at the end, but that was just a defensive replacement and overall?
Well, Mason DeVille's been hitting it better than anybody's been hitting it in practices and stuff like that. And so getting him into the game, we don't feel like is a risk, even though maybe his stat sheet isn't sexy yet. He's an unbelievably talented player. The ball that he hit the right field on other days is hitting the top of the hitting facility, and he wins the game. And so he's a really talented player. And so to take Jeffrey out, you know, there were reasons for that, you know, he's a really good player too. But yet I think we've got several good players. It's just a matter of getting them all going.